Hi, I'm Liz from Imaginarium Theatre, and today we're going to be making some Christmas crafts. And what we're going to make is one of these. What is it? It is, in fact, a Santa, a pop-up Santa. So I'm going to go through all the instructions of how to make him. To make your pop-up toy, you're going to need some materials and equipment. So you'll need some scissors. I've got paper scissors as well as fabric scissors. I've got a pair of tights here, which you're going to be cutting up. You've got some threads, some glue, tape's always handy, a ruler, needles, and you're going to need a pencil to go inside your pop-up toy, and you're going to need some fabric to make it, and you're going to need a toilet roll holder. Before making my pop-up toy, I need to cut down the tube because it's a little bit big at the moment. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure 3 centimeters down with a pen. So I'm just going to mark there 3 centimeters. I'm going to mark it all the way around, and then I'm going to cut that off. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut some of the red felt to make the body of the Santa. And what you need to do is you need to measure. The body is 5 centimeters by 17. So I've cut mine already here. So that's 5 by 17. And I've just drawn it out on the felt and then cut it out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue this into the inside of the toilet tube, so it's going to go in there. If it's a bit too long, you can always trim the fabric down, but here I've got a bit to overlap as well. Right, once that's been done, you want to put that aside to dry, and then what you're going to do in the meantime is you're going to make the head of your Father Christmas. What I've done is I've taken a piece of the tights, these are a pair of tights, and I've cut a square from it, well, sort of square. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a thread and I'm going to make a circle around here with my stitching. And then I'm just going to do a running stitch. I'm going to make sure it's secured really well, because if it's not, it's going to come undone. So I'm going to take a double thread and I'm going to take a running line all around. Fill it. Making sure you don't pull too tight at this stage, because now you can put the pencil in there. So you put glue inside there. Will help hold it in place. Then taking your thread, whoops, a bit fiddly, pulling it up nice and tight, and take the thread around as well. That'll help secure it. And then just do some tight stitches to hold it in place. Cut that off. So now it's finished off, you need to now start sewing some features onto this. So to do this, I would use a black thread. So put a knot in it so it doesn't split apart. Snip the end off. And then start making some stitches, which you can stitch over. I'll trim that in a minute. I'd go into that as well. If you can do a French knot, that works really well. So what you do to do a French knot is you just put your needle through, put your thread around, push it through, and it gives you a little bit of a knot. And then you can move on to the other one, the other side. I would get rid of that there as well. So just do another French knot here. So a thread around the needle, just straight, if not, just keep doing a running stitch. Once you've done your eyes, do a little nose as well. And then take your stitch down and you can sew a little mouth. You can change the colour of your thread for the mouth if you want to. It's ready for your hat now. So take your fabric, making your triangle, take your triangle, put glue down each side and along the base of your triangle. And what you're going to do now, you're going to have the fastening at the back. So you're going to start at the front and work your way around like so. I'm going to put a bit more glue on here. I'm just going to bring it around. I'm going to put a bit of trim of white around the edge of the hat to finish that off. Just check it for size, and then I'm going to trim that off. Just going to overlap it slightly. Put that down. Use a lot of glue doing this. Oops. Then taking this and taking it around the hat. Right, now you want to bring the hat down so you can glue that onto the side of the head. So again, blob of glue here. Folding that over. Then you want to put that aside. You can always put a pin in it, but it will actually do. So I'd leave that aside now until later. To make the base of the pop-up toy, all you got to do is you take a toilet tube, draw around it to get a circle, and then you're going to cut the card out. This card's quite thin, so I'm going to cut out two layers. Right, I haven't cut out two circles because the card's being so thin. I'm just going to glue them together. You need to let that dry for a few minutes. Once it's dry, you need to mark out the centre, and the best way to do is just measure and get a rough idea where the exact centre is. There, so that's where about the centre is. So now I'm just going to use my pen and push it through. Just twist it. If you've got a compass will do as well. So that can now be stuck onto the base. Then I'm going to take the Father Christmas's head and I'm going to push him through this at the bottom, and then I'm going to put some tape around, put some glue around there, and then some tape. Then to make sure it does stick properly, I'm going to use some masking tape. So just push it down like so. That way it lies nice and flat. So there's the start of your Father Christmas. He looks a bit strange at the moment. So what we're going to do next is we're going to put a thread around his neck to draw him in nice and tight. So again, it's another running stitch and a double stitch as well to make sure it doesn't come out. And put my needle through there. I'm just going to run it all. Now we've got our pencil through, and we've also got his face and his hat sorted. To make the arms, it's very, very similar to making the head. You cut out some more bits of the tights, and what you're going to do is you're going to put a running stitch all the way around the edge again, and then fill it using cotton wool. So that's all you have to do to make the hands. So here we go, 2 little tiny hands. Now we can make some arms for them. Right, to make the arms, what we're going to do is we're going to take the little hands. We've got 2 little tiny hands there. They're a bit untidy at the edges, but that's fine because they're going to go inside the sleeves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue down one side and glue down the other. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put some along the bottom as well. Oops, there's quite a lot of glue here coming out. Put a lid on. Make sure the glue goes all the way around the hand. And then you're going to pull it, turn this over here to make the sleeves. You'll need to hold that a few minutes. And then you're going to do the same to the other one. Once they're stuck, what you're going to do then is you're going to put some white trim around the edges. There it goes, just around there. And again, you can overlap this, which is fine. So that'll don't glue it to your fingers like me. There's one. And there's the other side. Just making sure you put the cap on the glue every time. Right, so there's 2 arms. So they need now to be attached to the Santa. Right, to attach the arms, what you're going to do now is you're going to add a bit of glue onto the arms. You're going to push it on. You're going to do the same on the opposite side. Just squash his body out so you get it in the right position. Right, he's beginning to take shape now. We need to give him a beard and a bobble at the end of his hat. So that'll be. So we're going to take a little bit of cotton wool, roll it around a little bit so it's not too difficult to handle. Then we're going to glue it around here to make his beard. So I'm going to measure around here. I'm going to put a mark there where I'm going to cut this off, and then I'm going to cut it to scale. Measure around, that's fine, and just measure the width as well, which is, if you can remember, it's 7 centimeters. So just mark 7 centimeters down there. And then I'm going to cut that, draw a line which I'm going to cut along that 7cm mark. Taking my glue, just going to roll it around. Okay. Holding it in place, then taking my pen, I'm just going to draw some extra bricks into this. Put it on this arm here because it's higher. I need to leave that to dry before I can actually pop it out. So just leave that alone for a few minutes. So it's beginning to take shape. So now what I'm going to do to finish this off, I'm going to get some cotton wool on the top to make it look like snow. And then I'm going to make him a little sack. I hope you've enjoyed today's workshop. So it's goodbye for me and happy Christmas and bye bye from Santa.